Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to episode 37 of Hello Hello, the podcast with me, Jens, and Ramo.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
How's
How
it
you
going?
doing?
Good. Not bad. What
That's
about
good.
you?
That's good. You know what? Yeah, I'm not too bad. I did get my second Pfizer dose this week.
Oh, how are you feeling?
And you know what? It sort of hit me a little bit harder than the first one. Like I was just like super drained, super tired, a lot more so than the first one. But other than that, nothing too crazy. Doctor was like, people have experienced like chest pain and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I really don't want that.
Yeah.
But luckily I didn't get anything like that.
Oh, good.
So it was pretty chill. I just sort of slept it off
Yeah.
the day that they got it. And yeah, but other than that, nothing too crazy. I have been quite busy this week. With uni at the moment, we're doing sort of an internship. So me and a couple of other classmates have got a business that we're working with in Vietnam. And we have to provide them with like a website mock-up design and all that. So that's what I've been spending my past week sort of doing. And we have, weekly meetings with them and, all that sort of stuff to try and figure this thing out. And
That's kind of cool.
it's
And
been very
free
fun
labor.
though, because it's free labor for them. Like, you can't really go wrong.
Yeah.
But no, I've been really enjoying it because I do like sort of creative work,
Mm.
like designing and things like that. So it's been good fun to sort of, get that creative outlet out a little bit. Seeing as that I can't sort of stream in the meantime. So it's been it's been good fun. But what about you? What have you been doing for the past, week or so, Jen, since we last talked? I know we've been playing a lot of Siege, but other than that.
Just streaming, living life, and obsessed with Sex Education season 3.
Yes, I have seen you talk about it a lot.
Are you watching it or
No?
What? Why?
I haven't. I don't know. I don't know if it's up my alley.
Just try.
Yeah, I might give it a go. How long are the seasons?
I think there are 10 episodes. I'm not sure.
Okay, so like medium length seasons, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, very British that way.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I think it's a great show.
I've heard a lot of people talking about it. A lot of my Twitter has been people sort of saying that they've been enjoying the new season. Obviously, I've seen you guys talking about it in Discord and on stream. So it's very much out there.
It never skips a beat. Every episode has been an amazing episode. It's just so.
See, that's hard to do. So that's good.
Yeah, and it's shot so well. I just can't recommend it enough.
Okay, what am I watching at the moment? We're
Office.
Watching something. Don't tempt me with a good time.
Wait, did you finish Breaking Bad?
No, that's what we watched last night. We're right at the tail end of season 5, so like the last couple of episodes. And like I've seen these a little while ago. This is sort of a rewatch for me, but Emma's never seen them, so it's real fun to see Emma sort of go through the whole like roller coaster of the last couple of episodes of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, shit goes crazy.
I forget what episode we're up to in terms of numbers. But there's only like 15 episodes in the last, and I think we finished episode 9 or 10 last night.
Okay, so
we only have
close.
we have like a handful left, and then we're done. So, but yeah, that's what I've been watching. And then after this, I think I want to start an American Horror Story watch through.
Ooh, nice. Have you seen any?
I've seen one season. I saw the Asylum one. But I do want to watch all the other ones because I know that they all sort of intertwine in their own weird, crazy way.
Right.
And so yeah, I wanted to check them out. So I know I've heard a lot of people say that some of the seasons are very hit and miss. Like, obviously there's fan favorite seasons and there's like, there's some good ones and some bad ones, but I feel like I want to push through them because they're only quite short seasons. I think they're like similar to Sex Education. I think they're only like 8 to 10 episodes long. So you can sort of push through them quite easily, I feel.
Right.
But yeah, that's been on my list for a little while.
Yeah, I hear
And then yeah,
season 1 and 2 are really good. So maybe start at the start.
yeah, yeah, that's I think I just wanted to start with Asylum because I was like, this seems the most interesting to me at the
Yeah,
moment because I
yeah.
couldn't remember the themes. I can't off the top of my head. I can't remember the themes for the first couple of seasons, but I know Asylum was like that sounds kind of fun, like kind of spooky. You know, obviously everyone knows the whole Asylum trope in like
Mm.
horror and stuff. So it was like this seems like the best place to start. And it was pretty good. You know, it wasn't anything mind boggling, but it was still enjoyable. I feel. I did watch it a couple of years ago though, so I might have to do a refresher on it. But
Well, that's
yeah.
exciting.
Mm. But other than that, gents, I think that's all I want to get, before we start the episode this week. Do you want to start us off with our first couple of stories? Um, Lots of indie stuff,
Yeah. Uh,
which is great.
Particularly because next fest, Steam Next
Yes.
Fest,
Yeah,
is
it's
coming
it's a
back.
mouthful.
Yeah, I don't know which one it is. Next Fest is coming back, which is basically a big demo show, basically on Steam. I
Yeah.
think they're all the demo, so they'll be all free, so you can pretty much just check
Yeah.
out whatever you want. Um, and that's going to be running between October 1st to 7th, which is nice.
They're great. These things are amazing. I love the next fests that they do. They
Yeah.
do them like twice throughout the year. I think they do one at the start of the year, sort of closer to some of the first press conferences that happen around the start of the year. And they usually do one towards the end of the year again because
Mm.
it's good to hit both those time frames because typically what these are targeted towards are indie games or sort of smaller games that don't get or that don't have a lot of marketing budget or something like that
Yeah.
to heavily promote their game. And so, they can provide Steam with a demo. People can download it. And then typically you'll put your demo up when the game is nearing release. So, if your game is sort of coming in the first 2 quarters of the year, or the first 3 quarters of the year, I should say, sorry, you can, obviously have your demo sort of at the first Next Fest at the start of the year.
Mm.
And then, people are enticed and ready for it by the time it comes out in the next couple of months. And then if you're sort of releasing around Christmas time or New Year's time, you can have it at this next fest that's happening towards the end of the year to sort of again remind people of the game that's coming out. And it's great because you can get a little taste of games. Demos are a sort of a thing of the past these days. I remember like way back when I first started playing video games, demos were huge because um like nobody sort of could market their games, or it was so obscure to market your games. You could only
Yeah.
market it sort of in like gaming magazines, which had their very like small demographic, which people were already sort of interested in games. So you couldn't get any sort of new customers. Demos were huge. Like
Mm.
I honestly think I have a couple of PlayStation 2 games that are just demos. Like they're not the full game. I think that like I have a disc that is just a demo.
Yeah, right.
It's yeah, and that's sort of long gone because obviously these days there's such a sort of wide range that you can market your game. Like you can make a free Twitter account, a free Facebook account. You can
Hmm.
post to YouTube for free. Like there's so many more ways that you can sort of hit these streams that it's people don't sort of think about demos, but it's great because it gives you like a little first taste of this thing, and it's sort of if you craft your demo quite well, it can leave the player wanting more.
Yeah,
And then like, all right,
absolutely.
I'll wishlist it. I'll add it. I gotta play this game now. You sort of enticed me. Like I've got to give it a go. Um, so yeah, these are great. I always check these out. And they're so small. It's like you download 3 of them and it's like 1 gig max.
Yeah,
It takes five
exactly.
minutes and you're playing. It's great. Um, so yeah, no news as to what games are
No, not
like ever
yet.
in these. They never sort of announced them, but it does say that there's going to be hundreds. So you're going to have demos for days. I feel like. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Speaking of small indie games, gents,
Mm.
Minecraft Dungeons. Do you remember when we played this? Maybe a year ago now. Start of
Yeah,
the
when it
year.
came
I
out.
forget when it came out. Yeah, this is actually a really fun game. I
It's not
really enjoy
bad.
Minecraft
It's really
Dungeons.
not that bad.
Yeah, for sort of a spin-off Minecraft game, most spin-off games, people are sort of like grown like, oh shit, hang on, here we go.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna be any good. But they actually sort of hit the nail on the head with this one. It's completely different to what most people are familiar with Minecraft.
Hmm.
It sort of only really uses the name and the characters, and then throws everything else out the window. Um, but it's great. It's now available on Steam. I did check it out just before. It's $30, Australian, so
Okay.
relatively cheap. It's not too expensive. I feel like if you're a Minecraft fan and you sort of like these dungeon crawler games like Diablo and games similar to that, it'll be up your alley. It's great for like families that have kids.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because it's multiplayer. Like you can play it split screen and whatnot. So if you got young kids or something like that that like Minecraft and want to try, get them into something a bit different, perfect game for this. I highly recommend this game. I sort of want to check it out again now that
Mm.
we're talking about it. Like I'm sort of getting that itch. We a couple of us have been playing Minecraft again. We
Yeah,
got
I
the little server
saw.
going. So we've been scratching that Minecraft itch for the past couple of days. It's been great fun. So,
um,
but yeah.
Now let's talk about Nintendo.
It's
Um,
been it's been a while since we've had a Nintendo rumor gens. It's been a while. Remember when
yeah.
like it felt like every week we were talking about the Switch Pro that was coming out, that was supposedly
Hmm.
coming out, and all the like. I was so happy when I saw this in the write up. Like it's like we're back to normal. You
I
know?
know, right? I'm actually a bit surprised, but
Yeah.
apparently there's a rumor that Nintendo Switch are working on a new controller for the Switch.
Mm.
Um, and this
I
is
why
yeah, right? I mean,
why
I don't
what
know
possibly could this controller do
that the
that
other
the
one.
Joy Cons don't? And the Pro
Well,
controller is great.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
expensive. It's expensive, but
Mm,
it's great. Like I always recommend the Pro controller to people that don't have it, but I tell them
yeah.
buy it when it's on sale. Don't buy it when it's $110 or something like that because it's so expensive for a controller, especially
Mm,
one that doesn't have any like extra cool features like the PS5 one. It's literally just a stock standard Bluetooth controller.
yeah.
Um, but no, it's great. But I can't imagine what this controller would do. Like the other ones don't already do. I
Yeah, I don't know, because the Pro is exactly what you want it to be.
Yeah.
Um, so I have no idea if it's going to be something that integrates with the Joy-Cons, but then why they already have something that's like that anyways. So
Mm,
yeah, I don't know. It's very out of the blue, but the only bit of information we have with regards to the controller is it's going to be wireless and connects via Bluetooth, and that's it.
as
So
as you would expect.
yeah. So we don't know anything else until yeah. So I don't know what
See,
they're gonna do with this.
the only thing I would have thought it could have been that would
Mm.
have been a sort of smart one was like slightly larger Joy-Cons or Joy-Cons that had like the traditional, hang on, I got a controller right here actually.
Sure.
Like a Joy-Con that had the traditional like handle on the back of it,
Yeah.
like to make it just a bit more comfy because sometimes like long play hours holding, like I'm holding a PlayStation 5 controller right now, holding this for 5 hours straight can do that any day of the week. Like that's comfortable as shit. But holding like the Switch Joy Cons, they're a bit awkward, especially for someone that has like a slightly larger hands.
Mm.
They're not the most comfy, and because they're square and flat, like there's no sort of natural ergonomic grip to them.
Yeah.
So I felt like if they were making something, it would be smart to sort of make it like an ergonomic Joy-Con. Um, but I don't know if that would get in the way, like if you were to like undock them, like would it still be comfortable to hold them exclusively in your hand and not like attach them to the switch? I don't know, but yeah, very interesting that they're working on this. Also very interesting, I just
Mm.
want to touch on this. We just got news that they are doing a Nintendo Direct tomorrow morning
Yeah.
on the 23rd, so 8 a.m. for people that are on the east coast of Australia. Add and change whatever time zone you are for the rest of Australia. Um,
Oh
but
wait.
it does say that
People are
they're
gonna miss it.
focusing. Yeah, people are going to miss it
That's fine.
because this will be out by the time, but you'll see it all. But it in the write up in the tweet that they said, I'll
Mm.
try and find it here again real quick. They said that they were focusing. The main focus was going to be on let's just roughly 40 minutes of information focused mainly on Nintendo Switch games launching this winter. So like yes, they are mainly focusing on the video games that are launching over the holidays. But could there that means like, there could be room for hardware announcements.
Possibly.
Do you think that they would announce something this quick? Because
What,
like
the controller or
yeah, I mean, or something, something like it. But like it says, in the write up, it says everything else about the controller, including its schematics, user manual, the block diagram and stuff like that, like a sort of its blueprints, has been made confidential at the request of Nintendo. So it could already well be, in heavy development, and they do announce it tomorrow.
maybe?
And then just say, coming this holiday. Like,
Do you think they'll announce anything with regards to Bluetooth like audio?
I think they'll touch on it and be like, if you guys haven't already, make sure you update your Switch
Oh, I mean,
so that you get
they
but I don't think they're gonna release a headset or anything
no.
like that. No. Nintendo's never ever in the past. I don't think they've ever released a headset ever. Because as much as they do have Bluetooth, it is working the Switch now and it does connect to Bluetooth headphones. It's only like a one directional sort of way, so you can only hear audio. You can't send like voice chat or anything through it.
Right.
So it's just for hearing, because Nintendo's very protective about obviously a lot of their games are targeted towards a younger audience, so they're very protective
True.
about those audiences, playing online games and things. Splatoon, there's no like in-game communications other than like emotes and things like that. You have to download a separate app to be able to do it, and even then it's quite limited. Like, not a lot of people do it. It's they sort of make you jump through a lot of hoops to be able to do it. So
could you imagine if Siege was like that? Just like, good game.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like you could only like, it was like Rocket League, over there, G. Like it wouldn't work. So it's
I
But
wonder,
I very much doubt they
just
will.
with the controller, if it would, like, maybe they're gonna add like motion stuff. I feel like there needs to be something different for them to do this.
That's my thought too. There has to be something different for them to bother making it.
Yeah.
Like, if they were to just release like a Switch Pro 2.0,
Yeah.
like, what's the point? It's so late in the Switch's life cycle too that it's like no one's gonna really want to buy it, because they either A, already have the Pro controller, or B, have no need for the Pro controller because they use it exclusively in handheld mode, like when they're traveling. So it's like I feel like it'd be kind of dumb to do something for the Switch. If anything, I feel like it would have to be a controller for a new future device. That's the only thing that would make sense. I feel like they've maybe, like, someone's either like misinterpreting the Bluetooth, like the blueprints, and is assuming it's for the Switch, or Nintendo's saying that it's for the Switch as to sort of like, sort of shroud it in mystery and sort of get us off the trail of a new thing. Because it would make sense for the Nintendo to announce a new sort of console sometime in the next year or two, because the Switch itself has been out for like the past 5 years now, 6 years, so it is coming towards the end of its life cycle. Very much so.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're getting something soon. I feel like it.
Guess we'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, who knows? But moving on, this is actually really exciting.
Yes.
Discord, our good friends over at Discord, are testing official YouTube integration, which is exciting as shit, because as probably a lot of people know that use Discord and have used sort of the streaming feature in it where you can share your screen and stuff, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Unless you are sharing a slideshow or like just a picture or a still image, it's fine. But anything more than that, and it just crumbles.
Yep.
Like, unless you're on like NASA's internet or something like that, you might have, fine. But for the rest of us plebs, it's horrible. And coming from people that do quite a few YouTube watch parties in Discord, like we sometimes of an evening, me and Jens and a couple of our friends, we will sit there and judge expensive houses on real estate websites, because it's just a fun pastime that we've sort of discovered. It's fine for that because we're sort of using just still images and things, but sometimes it still breaks down. But if we want to watch like Architectural Digest, which we've done in the past too, it just demolishes it. It's just impossible to watch. So it'd be cool to see if they do some sort of official integration where it's very similar to like the Netflix watch parties or the
Yeah.
YouTube watch party, like, things that they have on, some browsers where you can just sync up with people and you just, whoever one person pauses for everyone, one person plays a play, it works.
Mm.
That would be exceptional. So this feature is already in Discord for very small subset of users. So obviously people that have, entered themselves into the beta or alpha programs of Discord.
Yeah, or Discord
Um,
partners or something like that.
yeah, very, very small sort of subset of people. But they do say that they are opening it up to a lot more people over the next coming weeks and stuff like that. And then they're hoping to open it up to pretty much everyone by the end of October. So expect a update in your Discord client within the next couple of weeks, I would assume.
Fingers
Um,
crossed.
and we'll have YouTube watch parties. Hopefully, this means that they are, maybe investing in other things as well. I very much doubt that
Mm.
Netflix will ever agree to, like official integration with Discord or something like that because they are very
I mean,
um
it's a paid service.
it's a paid service and like they obviously, they're cracking down a lot on password sharing. Um
Interesting.
and so this is sort of like, it's a direct way to go around password sharing because
True,
just one
true.
person with a Netflix account can stream a movie to 600 other people, however many
Yeah.
people you can fit in your Discord call. Like it's yeah, but it is interesting that they're going for YouTube because I feel like YouTube would want to protect like, their service too. Obviously,
Mm.
YouTube get ad revenue from their videos and things like that. I'm wondering how that's going to work. Are there still going to be ads that are shown in these inline videos? Who knows, but it's yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. What else is interesting, Jens?
Uh-huh.
The Sims.
Um,
Emma was so excited about this yesterday. Like as soon as I got over to her place, it was like one of the first things she told me was, "Did you see the new Sims update?" And I'm like, "No. What do you mean the new
this
Sims
is
update? Like
huge. Like, this is the
this
thing
is
that
insane."
everyone loved about 3 and
Yeah,
complained that it didn't come to 4.
yeah. But
So it's massive.
for those that don't know, The Sims 4 just got an extra 1,200. You heard that? 1,200 furniture swatches for free. For free.
Yes.
So for those that haven't played any of the Sims games or any of the modern Sims games like Sims 3 or Sims 4, in Sims 3, which came out like
Oh
early
my god, I don't know when.
2010s, I want to say, something like that. They had something called like Create a Style, which, essentially was like a limitless way for you to change the color and style of, the furnitures and things like that that were in the game.
Mm.
When Sims 4 came out, they removed that and they only added like maybe a handful of swatches to every sort of furniture style. Some didn't even get swatches. They were just like, you get it, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all you get. They have now added, like I said, 1,200 furniture swatches for free to like the whole game. So again, it's not gonna like, be for sort of everything. It's only for 149, 150 items across the base game. So it's not like everything, but it's a start. I feel like it's too little, too late, Jens. Like
I
we
don't think
know
so.
we know that we're getting The Sims 5 any
Uh,
sort of time now. Like they announced at the start of the year that they were working on Sims 5.
yeah.
It could be that the Sims 5 is still 2 years away. Who
Yeah,
knows?
true.
But
See,
it is still good that they did this though. Like
yeah.
it is still good that they're still supporting their fans and the players of the game. So it's yeah.
Like, it is a little late, but
Mm,
because there are still expansions and like game packs coming out for Sims 4, I feel like Sims 5 is
yeah.
going to still be a little bit of time. Um, so yeah, fingers
Damn, bro.
crossed.
The
What?
Sims 4 came out in 2014.
What?
Bull, nah. Hang on a minute. Sims
It's
3 came out in
7?
2009. Oh,
Okay, that's very late. 7 years? Come
yeah.
on.
It took them 7 years to add. Damn,
That
that's crazy.
that's crazy.
I
Wow.
did not know. I thought it was like maybe 15, 2016 or something like that. It came out. 2014. My God.
Ugh.
All right. Uh, we're old. Um,
Yeah. Wait, when did Sims 1 come out? That's what I want to know.
Let me find out.
Um,
Sims 1. Yeah, like 2000. February
2000.
4, 2000 it came out. Yeah.
Okay.
I was 2 at the time. Wow. Um, I remember still playing like back on the PS2. I had a bunch of Sims games.
Oh yeah.
So I had The Sims. I had The Sims 2. I had The Sims 2 Bustin' Out. There was
Very
Cats and
interesting
Dogs. Was
title.
it was like it was its own game. Cats and Dogs was its own thing. It wasn't an
Yes.
expansion at the time. I had that. There was a Sims survival game which I'm uh thinking I can't remember. Castaway, The Sims 2 Castaway was its own
Oh,
game.
I remember that.
I played that. There was so many of these Sims games that I would used to play. And they were great, you know. And I actually had to play them back then because I didn't know that cheats existed for them, so I couldn't motherload and just
True.
make a whole bunch of random shit. Like I
Yeah,
actually had to
same.
go to work and like, take care of my family and feed myself. Like it was, you know, and now I just jump on the Sims 4 and I just build things. Like
Mm.
that's all I do. Um, but yeah, I've been playing Sims for a long time. So this is very exciting. I will go and update my Sims game,
Mm.
and check it out because I want to see sort of what swatches they added. I am very picky as to what I put into my house. I sort of sometimes really groan and hate some of the things that they have in The Sims 4 at the moment, like the furniture
Yeah.
style specifically, because it's never exactly what you want,
Exactly.
like it's always like so close, but
Yeah.
like it's never there. And so I've now resorted to putting in custom content into
Oh yeah.
my Sims. Like I've downloaded a whole bunch of furniture things, a whole bunch of different floors and walls, and all that fun stuff. And so I've been playing that, and that's been a lot more fun.
Mm.
Because I can sort of tweak the house and the room to fit a lot more of what I want it to be. But yeah, so hopefully these 1,200 swatches sort of alleviate that and make it a bit easier for people that do just want to play the base game without any sort of extra downloading content or
Yeah.
dick around with it all. I guess it's more important for people that are on console, that can't do that. They can't
Mm.
obviously download custom content. They
True.
can't get any mods or things like that. It's just the game. That's it. So this will be good for them. But
Yeah.
yeah, very exciting. What also is exciting, Jens? Shang Chi. Now you've already seen
I
this.
have.
And you already love this
But I'm
movie.
very excited
Um,
that we have it for
yes,
everyone else.
yes. I was very excited too when I saw it, but then like I was like, by the time this comes out, I am now double dosed. So in New South Wales, by the time we reach 70% double doses across the board,
Mm.
they're sort of opening things back up.
So hopefully
And
it'd be
cinemas are
before
going to be one of the
this.
things that open back up. Yeah, hopefully. I will. I'm assuming. I'm almost
Yeah.
certain that we will
Yeah.
be able to be out before then. About a whole month before then too, because I think the projections at the moment are saying that we will hit 70% by the 11th of October.
Oh, that's
Um,
amazing.
so it's only a couple of weeks away now. Where me and Emma are still gonna be very wary though. We're not gonna be like,
Of
we're not going to
course.
festivals, not going clubbing,
Yeah.
we're not like, doing it. Like we're still sort of gonna lay low for a little
Because you
bit.
can still
Um,
contract the virus, just
exactly. You can still contract the virus, you can still pass it on to other people. It's not like,
the
a
end of it.
100%
Yeah.
perfect cure. It's, it just sort of means if you do unfortunately catch it, it's not gonna hit you like a truck going 120 miles down the M4. It's sort of gonna hit you like, a smart car going 15 kilometers down the M4. It's, but yeah, so we're still going to lay low for a little bit.
Yeah, good
We
idea.
are excited to be able to go to cinemas because we can sort of at least control a little bit. Like, obviously we can pick an earlier schedule, earlier time slot in the day
Mm-hmm.
where it's going to be quieter. There's not going to be many people in the cinema, so we can sort of dodge people like that. And but yeah, I still feel like I want to go and see it in the cinemas regardless. Even though it's coming to Disney Plus, I still like, I want to go and watch something in the cinemas because I haven't done that
Absolutely. But
in like 2 years. I don't know.
oh
Yeah.
wow. But yes, Shang-Chi's coming. We already knew it's gonna be on Disney Plus. We just didn't know when.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we have a date.
There were some early rumors. There were some early rumors it was going to be October sometime, but it seems like
Yeah.
they've settled on a little bit later.
Yeah.
Sort of to maybe give it just a bit more. I feel like maybe Disney are very, smart, and I feel like they're keeping their pulse on a lot of like the rest of the world, with
Mhm.
regards to COVID and their lockdowns and whatnot. Because obviously in North America and and a lot of places in Europe, they've been able to go out for
Yeah.
a couple of months now, and they've been able to do all these things and they're able to go to the cinemas, and Disney's been able to get their revenue from the cinemas for the past couple of weeks now, so they've been happy with that. But I feel like they've smartly done this, and they've been keeping their their finger on the pulse sort of down here in Australia, because
Yeah.
we are quite a large market. And they know that a lot of people are going to be able to go out once we do sort of hit these vaccination schedules. And I feel like they know that people are excited to go to the movies.
For sure.
And they're going to be like, we're going to get an extra month of revenue out of it before we release it to streaming services.
Yeah, and it's
We want to
probably
get that like
so
extra
that
little bit of thing. So
they don't want to get sued either by the actors.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. But I feel like that's a pretty good turnaround for Disney Plus in the future. Like, when did Shang Chi come out? It was, let me see, initial release here in Australia. I know it came out maybe a couple of days earlier in America. Initial release date was September sometime here in Australia. It doesn't have an exact date, I think, because it was so up in the air with a lot of places, depending on where you lived in Australia.
I think it was like early
Um,
September.
it was, yeah, around the early marks there. So 2 months. I feel like that's a pretty good turnaround time for people to be able to, like, if they wanted to, go to the movies and see it. You've got a whole 2 month window to do it, and then, sometime after that, they put it on Disney Plus for the people that aren't as excited for it and sort of on the fence and things like that. Disney's still obviously earning money because these people are paying for a Disney Plus subscription, so they're still getting some revenue from it.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, I feel like we're gonna see this a lot more over all the releases that are coming out in the future. I feel like we're gonna see cinemas, 2 month wait, Disney Plus.
Yeah, because I think Black
That's gonna
Widow
be the thing.
is premiering on the 6th of October. It is available if you pay, but
Yes.
open to Disney Plus, it's 6th of October, which I still
See, that's a
highly recommend that
that's
one.
that's a longer window too
Yeah.
than, because it came out like June or July this year. That's
Yeah.
maybe a 3 month window for Black Widow, roughly. But yeah, also, like Jen said, I do highly recommend that Black Widow movie. It's great. Very, very underrated. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, what's the point in seeing it? She's
Oh,
dead.
it's so
Like,
good.
but it is. It's really good. I do highly recommend it. But yeah, anyways, Shang-Chi coming to Disney Plus November 12th. Set your calendars if you haven't seen it already, or if you're still unfortunately in lockdown and can't go to the cinemas, you'll be able to watch it at home
Yeah,
comfortably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now to
Speaking of,
the
yeah, more Marvel.
more
More
Marvel,
Marvel as always.
the what if section of the episode.
Yes. If you guys haven't seen
Mhm.
last week's episode of What If, episode 6, it was the Killmonger to the rescue episode. If you guys don't want spoilers, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next week. But if you guys have seen it, anyone here has discussed a little bit about it, welcome. I think me and Jens are both in agreement that this was not our favorite episode so far.
Yes.
It was okay. It was nothing too crazy. It wasn't anything groundbreaking. It wasn't anything like
Exactly.
blowing my socks off, or like anything like that. It was sort of just an episode of What If is the way I would describe it. It was pretty bland. It was cool that we got to see some more Killmonger. Because we haven't seen him since the Black Panther movie. And I'm not too sure if he's even going to be in Black Panther 2, that's coming out sometime next year, I want to say.
Yeah.
But it was cool we got to see it. And it was cool that Michael B. Jordan came back to voice him as well. I'm always excited. I always pause it at the end of every What If episode
to
see what actual actors came back to voice their respective characters.
Yeah.
Obviously some don't want to do it, or Marvel don't want to have to pay them to do it. In this episode we did see a little bit of Tony Stark and Iron Man, but Robert Downey Jr. is not going to come back just to do that. And I feel like Disney's not going to want to pay him to come back and do that. So they do get alternate voice actors. I'm kind of disappointed that in last week's episode, Jens, they didn't get Tom Holland to voice Spider-Man, or Yuri Lowenthal, I think his name is. Yuri Lowenthal. He does the voice for him in a lot of like the animated series
Oh,
for
okay.
Spider-Man, and he's done the voice for him in the Insomniac Spider-Man game. Like, he's my favorite Spider-Man voice actor, so it would have been cool if they got him to do
Right,
it, because I
right.
feel like he's very, he is like, the voice of Spider-Man other than Tom
Tom,
Holland, Tobey
yeah.
Maguire, or Andrew Garfield. Um, but yeah, anywho, uh, I don't really have too much to say about this episode. It was okay. I feel like if I was going to do a rewatch of What If, this would not be on the list for me to rewatch it. It was,
Honestly, I don't
you know,
remember a lot of what happened either. Like,
it was, yeah,
it wasn't
it was
memorable.
similar. It was similar to the episode where, what's his face? Samuel L. Jackson's character, Nick Fury, where Nick Fury had to figure out who was killing off the Avengers.
I was thinking the
It was
same
sort
thing.
of
Yeah.
like, it was like they had there was a lot of twists, a lot of turns, there was a lot of like backstabbing in this episode. There was a lot of like, uh things like that. So it was sort of
Yeah.
similar to that for me. I was getting a lot of those vibes. It was still a cool episode overall. Like, like we've always said with some of these What If episodes, it's still just cool to see some of these characters that we've
Scenarios.
already known in different scenarios. Yeah. Um, yeah. But I don't know. And like Jen said before we started recording too, it was nice to hear T'Challa's voice again. It
Yeah.
was nice to hear Chadwick Boseman just for a little bit. You know. Uh, but yeah. We are recording this a day late too, on the Thursday rather than a Wednesday. So typically we
So we
haven't
have
seen this week's episode, but I did watch it last night with Emma, and I told Jens it was exceptional. Probably my favorite one. I just want to add in. So,
okay.
it's very roller coastery, this What If series. Like, I feel like one week it's like, we love it, and then the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
week it's like,
yeah.
all right, hang on a minute, and then next week, like, we love it again. But it's, yeah. No, the one we're going to cover next week is great. Probably honestly my favorite episode that we've had so far of What If.
Interesting.
It's, yeah, it was that good. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I'm still excited to see where they go with the rest of What If. We are up to episode 7 now at the day of recording, so we only have another 2 episodes until we're done. I'm trying to think what they haven't covered yet. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it does sort of annoy me that before the episode comes out every week, Marvel posts like a poster and like a little
Oh,
synopsis
do
as to
they?
what the episode covers. Yeah, it's like, come on, I want to be surprised. Like, I want to, like, it's, yeah, because like I was obviously a bit spoiled for this week's episode because they posted that it was Thor and all that. I was like, man, come on, like,
Yeah.
just give me a surprise. I feel like What If's perfect for, these like curveball things where they just like, throw something at you that's completely not expected. Like, just let me go into a blind. Just
Yeah.
post, hey, new What If episode tonight, 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Be on it. Like, that's all I want. That's all I need. Just remind me that it's out there, and I'll be like, cool, all right, I'll fit into my schedule, Marvel.
Just
But
unfollow them.
yeah, but then I miss other things, like, it's
Life's
a double
just
sided. It's a
really
double edged.
hard.
It is. I am very oppressed.
Mm.
Yeah. No, it's a double-edged sword. Like, I
Yeah.
want to follow some news, but I don't want to follow all the news. But there's no way to filter between what news I follow and what news I don't, because they just post all of it. So it's, yeah. Anywho's, I think that's it for this week, gents. Was there anything else that you wanted to add before we wrap up?
No.
Yeah, no, nothing from me either. As always though, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.